Hey guys, Buffy Game back today, bringing our video. Today we're covering the SPAS-12. This is a new weapon here released for Season 4 Reloaded of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Go ahead and do a quick classic conversion. I'll run two different builds here on the gameplay you're seeing, but we'll jump into this weapon really quick. We've seen this weapon before, however, there's a nice detail in this particular iteration of the SPAS-12 in Modern Warfare 3 that you don't see much in video games for this weapon. So we'll go ahead and back out. Final design here for the SPAS-12, giving us that classic look with the folded up stock. So first up, how do you unlock this? There's a new, here with Season 4 Reloaded, new stage here in the Battle Pass. So Section 23, you'll unlock the SPAS-12 there. And if we go back to the weapon, go ahead and jump into it here. So at base, you can see how, here's the base SPAS-12, right? So the stock is folded down, which is interesting because all the times you see this in film and things like that, the stock is always up. So it was funny that the first time I ever saw the stock come down was in the original Jurassic Park. There's a scene where he's out hunting a raptor and he puts the stock down. It was the first time I realized when I was young that the stock went down. I just thought it was a design on the shotgun like that. So pretty cool. It's a really interesting weapon, semi-automatic and pump action. So go ahead for the stock option here. You have a couple of different options. You can do the U.S. market one with the fixed stock, but we'll go ahead and do the no stock option, which is where you fold this up. So at least they did it right, where instead of just removing the stock completely, they folded it up how it should be. So there you get that classic SPAS-12 look that we're all used to. Next attachment, there's really nothing else to put on here. You can really just go ahead and throw on whatever you want. For additional attachments, the barrel length at base is around, typically it's a 21.5-inch barrel. No idea what the barrel lengths are with these, but I think as far as the barrel lengths go, the base one is your best one that looks like the real design. That's going to give you still an extended barrel with an extended tube. So the base barrel appears to be the correct design for the weapon. No telling what the length of the barrel is. Muzzle device, again, appears to be correct. You do have, I think, some muzzle device options that come with the weapon here if we just scroll through some of the unlocks. So you get the crown breaker choke, which is tighter pellet spread, and I think that's the only one. You get the grips, yeah, so that's the only one, so we can leave that blank. Underbarrel attachment goes on the pump action there, so you can see that kind of pointless, looks a little strange on this particular shotgun, especially the vertical grips. Definitely look weird like that, so we'll leave that. Grips, typical grips, and again, you can see with the stock up, you cannot use an optic. So ammunition here, you have the base 12 gauge, buck, you have the bolo shots, which I don't know if this is for other weapons or not. Fires 2 lead balls tethered together by a wire, so devastating at close range. Then you have 12 gauge slug, which you cannot use in semi-automatic, and then you have dragon's breath, which you can use in semi-automatic. So I think at base, you'll see in the gameplay, I'm running bolo near the end when I fold the stock down and put an optic on. At base, I'm running buck. So I will say the weapon itself, I'm not a big fan of. You can see the camos here. Nothing crazy for camos. I think at base, the weapon looks really good, though. As far as the weapon itself goes, again, you have there's a little button there at the bottom of the pump action that would change it from semi-auto to full auto. You'll see the bolt release and hold the bolt open when we do the reload here in game, but that's the Origin 12, or it's not the Origin 12, the SPAS-12. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at it. So you'll see how they do a pretty decent job here with how the weapon works in real life. So the inspect, pretty good. There we go. So it starts in pump action. And then you can switch it to semi. Now the reload. So you can see there, you locking the bolt, extending the pump, and then reloading it from the bottom, 2 shells at a time. And then if I'm just doing a regular reload, 1 at a time to the bottom, switching. So there you go, hold it open, lock the bolt, and reload in that way. And then again, to switch something out of full, He would be doing it, I think, with his index finger is what he's supposed to be doing there at the bottom. So, I mean, the optic here is very hard to use. So, and even in semi-auto, it's kind of, I mean, compared to how it was in, I can't remember which last Call of Duty it was, whether it was Cold War or whichever one it was. I can't remember the last one this was in, but it definitely seems to be underwhelming, at least just for me initially playing with it here in the gameplay. So let's go ahead and jump into gameplay with this thing so you guys can see it. But again, like I said, you'll see me here kind of struggling. This is my first time really using it. I don't play Call of Duty that much anymore these days, so definitely was kind of underwhelmed with how it performed, to be honest. Which is why you'll see me switch to Bolo and bring the stock down and put an optic on there to try and see if that was any better close range, which really wasn't that better. I think you probably really want to be running either slugs for anything range-wise, but mainly Dragon's Breath I think is going to be the way to go with this gun. You're definitely going to want a longer barrel for sure for better damage at range, and have the tube attachment there so you can hold more than 8 rounds, because the way I'm kidding it out here in game, you'll see is like I said, very underwhelming. But again, it is really cool to see this in game. This is the first time I can remember, at least in a Call of Duty game, that you're able to select from semi-auto to pump action, which is what the real-life weapon allows you to do. Typically, the pump action is just used for things like gas rounds and beanbag rounds, things like that, non-lethal. And then for the military usage for regular lethal rounds is the semi-automatic version of the weapon is typically in use. So it is a Italian combat shotgun in service since 1979 through present. The designer is Franchi, I believe is how you pronounce it. Again, it's an Italian company. Design period was 1979. Produced through 2000, so 1979 through 2000. Still in service. Number of units built is around 37,000. You see it mainly in a lot of film history, I would say. This is definitely a shotgun you would see in pretty much a lot of action movies, specifically in the 90s for sure. The mass of the weapon is going to be 9.68 pounds, with a length overall being 41 inches. Again, this is going to be either with the stock extended and also based on the barrel length variant. So you have barrels varying from 18 inches to 21.5 inches, anywhere in between there. So you have an 18, 19, and then 21.5 inches. So the cartridge is going to be that 12 gauge pump. There's 12 gauge shells, excuse me. The action is pump action gas operated, and the rate of fire is going to be 200 to 350 rounds per minute in semi-automatic. So the effective range is going to be dependent on the ammo that's used. Feed system is a tube, or a tube extension is going to be either anywhere from 5 to 9 rounds total, plus whatever's in the already fed into the chamber. And the sights are typically iron sights on this weapon. Again, the stock does fold down like that. So, really cool weapon. Again, this is kind of a staple. Typically, I think we've seen this. I can't remember which original Modern Warfare game it was in. If it was, I remember it in, I think, some of the Black Ops games back in the day. So, a really cool gun. I think they did a good job here with this. Again, like I said, the build you have here in the game is very underwhelming, but you wouldn't want to kit it out like this. So, let me know your thoughts down below. SPAS-12 shotgun, really cool addition to the game here. Season 4 Reloaded. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with the SPAS-12 shotgun. Buffner Gaming, out.
Taking effective fire! I'm reloading! Contact! Down! Changing mag! Reloading! Conducting recon at this time.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the area.